Better hurry, spark it up with no worries. Harmonious gang with the big bro Yuriy. Hyphy, get lit just like me. Big bossed up, chop it up with Riley. You better come with it or kick rocks, cause you now tuned in to 10 Talks. Now let's get lifted and take a shot. You are now tuned in to 10 Talks.
Yo.
Hello.
What's up, guys? What's up, everyone? Thank you to everyone who's joining the stream. We appreciate you guys so much. We're here for episode 138 of 10 Talks.
That's wild. Welcome back. Happy Sunday. Hope everybody's weekend has been going great. And you guys been having fun.
Fun doing what?
I don't know, whatever they've been doing this weekend.
What have you
It was actually really nice this weekend out here.
Someone was asking me how's the weather been out here, but it was like overcast for a while, but today was nice. Today was like warm and shit.
In the 70s.
Sorry guys, I'm bringing up all the members' names right now because I don't want to forget about the shout out. But either way, yo, shout out to everyone that has joined this episode. Thank you guys once again. Yeah, we're here for episode 139. Riley's
138.
138. Sorry, Riley's ready. You put on makeup and stuff today.
Yeah,
You look
I
gorgeous.
did. Thanks, man.
I told Riley to go live on YouTube. I was thinking like
It was a little too late.
you would be live on YouTube and then I would be live on Kick. Or is that weird?
I feel like that's kind of weird, right?
Why?
I don't know. It's just
We can't be live at the same time?
I don't like that.
Why?
I don't know. It's just weird.
I don't like that. What? So we can't?
I mean, no, you could go live, but I don't know. Like, I don't need to.
Well, you said you wanted to.
I said tomorrow for sure.
Okay, yeah. Riley said she's gonna
off
stream tomorrow, and her channel is linked in the description as well, guys. But
It was just too late in the day, so I was like, it's kind of. You only had like an hour to stream anyway, too. So I was like, might as well get it done fast. Because when I do my makeup on stream, it does take me longer because I'm like talking and pausing.
People last time were like when I was on stream on Kick were asking like why Riley's streaming now, and I said it's because you said you wanted to practice talking or something like that, right?
Yeah, I want to get better at talking. I suck at talking on camera.
Yeah.
I don't know if it's because it's live and it just is kind of intimidating because you can't edit anything or.
I feel like everyone communally. Well, yeah, I know for sure you need. Well, not you, but like people need practice. You know what I mean? Like being on camera and shit like that because, like, I'll notice going back to my old vlogs and my old like last night. It was so weird. Last night I was on Kick and I brought up this like old skateboarder, the skateboarder dude's name that I used to like skate with back in the day, and $47 knew who I was talking about, and this dude I haven't hung out with in like 10 years. So I was like, that was like a weird. Small world shit, and there was like another small world thing too where I was like last night I went back to my old Instagram and I was like looking back at my old photos, like going down memory lane, and I was looking at these old videos that would like film of like me skating or hanging out with the homies, and my narration skills were so bad. It was like cringe watching my old videos last night. I was just like, bruh, it's so like I don't know.
You
like,
were also young though too, so.
Yeah, I was like what, like 18, 19 in those videos. That's young, but I guess that is young.
That's
where like
young.
you don't really know what to say.
You're a young guy.
Yeah, I feel like communally, like all people.
But
in big
it does
cities,
it's a skill. Like
yeah.
Some people are naturally gifted. Like I just feel like you are naturally gifted. That's why you're
No,
drawn to doing it. You like it.
I don't think I'm naturally gifted. I think I've just I've like spent so much time on camera, and this is the thing I always tell people is like. When I was doing my vlogs back in the day, I was literally for like a year posting 4 to 5 vlogs every single day on my channel, getting like 30 to 60 views. They were getting like no views. And at a certain point, I was like climbing buildings and doing all this stuff, and I'd be up all night editing. And my parents and my friends would be telling me like, Yuriy, like, why do you spend so much time on this shit? Like, you're getting nothing in return. And I'm like, not really. I'm like, I'm getting the skills in return. Like, I'm learning how to edit. I'm practicing setting up camera angles and shit like that. You know what I mean? Like it's like all this stuff is like a good thing to learn if you want to get into something like that, you know? So it's not like a waste of time completely.
No,
so all that time I spent, it was like me learning how to talk to the cameras and shit, you know? I brought it up before. I literally still remember my very, very first vlog ever where I finally got a camera, you know, got a mic, all that stuff. And I was like, had all the equipment. Finally, I was like, all right, I'm going to film my first vlog. And like I waited till my parents left the apartment, and I set up the vlog camera on the table, and like I pointed at me, and I was just like, I was like, this is so weird, dude. I was like, I'm in my house by myself about to talk to myself in a camera. I was like, this is so weird. And it was like so hard to like get the hang of it or like, you know, not think of it as weird anymore. You know? But after a while, you just get over it. But what I was saying earlier is like, I feel like everyone in big cities has gone better at being on camera. Because if you look at like home videos in the 90s and 80s, I feel like no one really knew how to be on camera. Someone, you know, you turn the camera to someone and everyone's just like, oh, hello. Like it gets all awkward. Nowadays, people are like they see a camera, they're like, hey, how's it going? Here's my political views. You know, like people are just like hella more open and willing to talk and shit on camera, I feel like.
It's crazy because when I was little, I was like, put the camera on me. Like I wanted the camera. I wanted to be on stage. But now I'm like just so much more shy. I don't know. Self-conscious, I guess, of like how I sound or come off as. I don't know. Just it's sad like thinking about how I was like so confident and like just I would always put myself out there as a kid.
Well, I feel like,
and even in high school too, you know, like I did so much shit. I was not scared to be like on a stage, perform in front of people.
I feel like you know, with the self-conscious thing, I've told Riley this before, and it's like it's easy to say, it's hard to do, but really it's like it kind of like to give a weird example, like death, right? We're all gonna die. You never know when we're gonna die. If you died tomorrow and you like, you know, we're a ghost and you were like looking back at your life thinking like, why the fuck did I not do this thing because some random people, or even not even random, it doesn't even have to be random, it could be like your friend, just because my friend thought it was cringe, I didn't want to do something with my one chance at life, you know what I mean? Like it's like, that's kind of lame. It's like it's scary, I feel like, the idea of death, but then it's also a superpower in a way, because like once you acknowledge the fact that no one's gonna remember your name, bro. Like you're gonna be fucking great granddad what's his name out at some point. You know what I mean? Like no one's gonna fucking remember you. So it's like, why the hell would you get hung up about like people's opinions? It really doesn't matter.
Yeah, no, that's so true. I was literally thinking that. I was thinking about that today at the gym when I was just thinking about like, bitch. I was like, because I was listening to like I was listening to my Broadway show tunes to get me like in a happy mood. And I was just like so mad at myself. I was like, you went to college for theater and you gave up because you didn't make one play. Like, I'm like so mad at myself. If I went the next year and I just kept training.
Yeah.
And I could have gotten the next show. Like, I feel so stupid sometimes, but it just, I guess, panned out the way it was supposed to.
I feel this, you know? I feel the same way
but
too.
I'm just like, ugh. Kick myself.
There's always gonna be those moments, because like I remember a long time ago, my sisters were friends with this skate crew. I forgot their name. They're actually like kind of like an established skate crew, and the dude who was like the filmer of the skate crew was like hella tapped in with all these pro skaters, and he knew Antoine Dixon and he knew all these like other pro skaters, and they were setting up a skate competition where Antoine Dixon was the judge, and there was like other pro skaters were going to be the judge as well. And I would hang out with like my sister's friends and I would skate with them, and they thought like I was like kind of good at skateboarding, so they're like, Yuriy, you should join this fucking skate competition. You know,
I remember this.
Get your name out there. And I was like, all right, okay. And I signed up for it, and then I finally came to the location the day of, and then it's just a bunch of fucking people. All these people are skating. I see them ripping. I see the judges, and I was like, yeah, I'm good. And then I basically didn't do it. And my sisters and their friends were like, come on, Yuriy, do it. Just, bro, like, who cares? Like, do it. And I was like, nah. I was like, I'm not even going to get close to these fools. I was like, I'm not even going to try it. But looking back on it, I'm like, what the fuck was I worried about? I should just fucking attempt it. You know? All you got to do is skate. It's not like I'm not taking a math test. It's like,
what's the worst that's going to happen?
Yeah, exactly. So, I don't know. You just got to say fuck it sometimes. I know. YOLO.
Yeah. Not live life with regrets, too.
Yeah.
So.
Exactly.
I know. I kept thinking. That's so funny that we brought that up.
What?
Because I kept thinking about it this morning. I was like, I really could have gotten good.
In
one more year. Yeah. I just kept thinking about that.
Well, LA is still full of the chock full of that stuff.
Yeah.
You should tap in with Blake. Him and his whole crew, that's all they do. They're all like performance artists.
I don't know.
They do on-stage performances. Blake, you know, remember we saw that
cabaret? I feel like that ship has sailed.
Babe, remember we saw the cabaret show?
Mm-hmm.
He like does that type of stuff where like they do like on-stage performances, comedy stuff, all that shit. I could ask him, you know what I mean? Be like, Riley wants to, sorry guys, Riley wants to try. Imagine he's like, oh my god, she's terrible. No, I'm joking.
Fuck no. I probably would be terrible at like improv. I hate improv.
We should take an improv class. I want to do that.
I've always hated
and also
it. I never volunteered.
You know what I hate is the thing that you say or people say is like, it's too late. It's too late for me. Like, bro, you only have one chance to live. You know what I mean? Like, and like.
No, I'm not saying it's too late. I'm just saying like, I don't know. I think that point. I don't know.
What are you looking? If you're trying to do it for fun, then it's never too late.
Yeah,
you know
that's
what I mean?
true.
And
true. I was thinking of ways like I could incorporate it back into my life.
Yeah.
Like not exactly doing. I don't know.
TikTok.
I don't know. Maybe.
But no, it's like I forgot who it was, but I forgot this dude's name. But I saw this like documentary about this guy who was like an engineer, and he like kind of invented the street layout of big cities. Like he invented how streets are and like all that shit or whatever. And he's still to this. I think he already passed away. But when I was watching the documentary, he was old as hell, and he was still like 80, 90 years old, still drawing blueprints for a better city. You know what I mean? Like, and he in the documentary, he was even saying like, bro, this new blueprint. He's like, this is a way better layout for a city. He's like, had I known the mistakes I made back in the day, he's like, I would have not like, you know, offered those blueprints, blah blah. But he basically was working till the day he died. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like he didn't get to a point where he's like, well, now I'm wealthy. Now I'm just gonna sit around and just drink and do whatever. It's just like I think it's cool to find a craft like drawing, art, you know, painting or something like that you just do forever until it's like, what the hell is the point of stopping? You know what I mean? Like, I don't know.
Yeah, no, that's why I always bring up my mom, because it makes me happy to see that she actually is doing something that she literally loves doing. You know, like she comes to your house, she tweaks every single thing out and like makes it look prettier. So it's dope. It's dope to be able to do what you love.
Well, you actually genuinely like working out and shit like that.
Yeah, I really do.
And yoga. Or stretching.
Yeah, I want to get back into it, but it's just so.
You have been doing
it's so expensive. Well, taking actual classes, like
what's yoga?
That's
the dumbest thing I've heard in my life. It's expensive to stretch.
No, I'm talking about actually if you want to go to a studio, like I like to do the hot yoga, so.
If you're
I could do it in here.
We've talked about this. If you're going to you're going to a yoga class, I'm going with you, and I'm making sure.
I want you to come.
And I'm making sure it's a girl teacher, because I don't want no fucking. You haven't played Grand Theft Auto, but in Grand Theft Auto, his wife is literally fucking the yoga guy. He's like, put your hips
you're
like this.
With these Grand Theft Auto videos.
Put your hips like this. Oh yeah, just like that.
What the fuck? Okay, that's disgusting.
You're getting to the chakra zone.
What the fuck?
So I don't.
It's a public class. There's none of that going on.
They do that shit in public. They don't give a fuck.
That is not happening.
They'll grab your waist and be like this, honey. I don't want that happening.
Okay.
All right, let me go take a yoga class with the girl teacher.
Come with me. Why can't we do it together?
She grabs my inner thigh. She's like, no, like this, sir.
Shut
Further
up.
apart.
Oh my god. You know you could say, don't touch me.
That's what I would expect you to say.
Really, duh.
No, I would expect you to slap their hand and be like, what the fuck?
They literally tell you in the beginning of the class, like, if you don't want me to do adjustments, raise your hand.
You should scream rape.
They won't touch you if you tell them no.
But if they do, you should just be like,
okay. We are demonetized.
Oh my,
so
okay,
bad.
I'm sorry. I meant grape. Candy grapes. Anyways,
Anywho'sville.
Yeah, I would be down to try hot yoga. Potentially, would be a cool stream.
You would
idea.
like it,
Freddie
but
Parker,
no, I don't think you could. You cannot bring the stream.
I should. If there's like a window, I could leave it outside the window.
No TTS.
Oh really? Well, I would get a private class. You know what I mean, or something like that. Freddie Parker.
We could do a private class.
Freddie Parker, he says that he does hot yoga. One time he came through and he was like all tired and shit, and I was like, what'd you do today? He's like, I just finished the hot yoga session. I was like, you do hot yoga, bro?
It's so detoxing.
Just sitting in a hot, sweaty room. You smell for sure everyone else's sweat. Like, everyone's sweating.
Really does. Yeah, it is. It is musky. It's just like a heated ass room, like 90 degrees or more.
Yeah.
I think it's like 90 degrees.
But all right, I kind of want to get into some of the topics I have written down. Well, actually, before we get into the topics, guys, I want to give a huge shout out to all the fucking all the fudging members of the channel. Yo, shout out to all the members. We appreciate you guys so much, man. Shout out to Nightlights Riff, shout out to The Real Rosa Parks, Powder, Jugman710, Laylo, Bando Ben, Skater Late, Jimmy Smith, Willie Will, 210 Westside Loco, Thrift and Flip, Hella Crisp, Unequaled Ethan, Wasted Potential, Popo, and Ayazi. Yo, shout out to you guys for being members. I appreciate you guys so much, man. But the first thing I want to talk about, guys, is we almost lost Beans and potentially the cats as well.
I forgot.
I was very upset.
Oh, this is what you're talking about.
Yeah. I was like, I wrote this down immediately. As soon as it happened, I was like, I'm talking about this on 10 Talks before I forget.
Oh my God.
Guys, like I've said, I sleep naked. You know what I mean? So,
okay, you always have to preface this.
Well, because it adds to the story. I'm knocked out, naked, in my bed, sleeping, comfy as fuck. And then it's raining. This is one of those days. It was like raining for two, three days in a row, right? So this is one of the days it's raining. So I'm super cozy while it's raining, like sleeping. And then all of a sudden I hear like yo, like hello, like hello from downstairs. I'm like, what? It's some random dude's voice, and it's some guy going like, hello, yo, like I got your dog, and I'm like waking up out of my sleep naked. I'm like, what? I'm like, what's going on? He's like, hey, your door was left open and your dog was running around the courtyard, and he's like, he's soaking wet. It's raining out here. And I was like, oh my God. I was like, yo, give me a second. I was like, I'll be downstairs. I was fucking trying to put my clothes on. He's like, no. He's like, I'll just close the door. I'll leave the dog in here. And then he fucking like just closed the door, left the Beans in there. But basically, Riley had went to the gym.
No, I went to because I was doing Tessa's hair.
Oh, Riley went to go do Tessa's hair, and I guess she left and she didn't close the door all the way. Beans, either you left the door open or he weaseled the door open.
I think I was probably slightly cracked,
and he either the wind or he pushed it open.
And it was windy, so the wind probably.
And Beans fucking snuck out. I don't know how long he was outside for. And the first,
he was just going laps.
Yeah,
going crazy.
I wish I saw what he was doing. He's probably going insane. I didn't even see what neighbor it was. I don't know who it was that brought the dog back.
That's great. I know. I wonder. Nobody's told me.
Yeah, no one said said anything. We kind of beef with one of our neighbors. We're like hoping it wasn't them because that'd be embarrassing. They'd be like, "Oh, you're stupid dog."
Yeah, they're like another thing.
Yeah, exactly. Leaving the door open. But the first thing I got worried about is
that actually really is scary. But I thought the cats. I was like, "Fuck."
That was the first thing I got scared of. Is Luffy also loves running outside. But it
was raining.
He loves being out there, and also it was raining though. But also Lola gets curious as well, and Beans chases Lola. So I was immediately like, "Fuck, Lola and Luffy and Beans are probably outside too." So I immediately started like searching the whole house. I found Lola, found Luffy. And then I went back to bed. And I texted Riley like, what the fuck? You left the door open. We almost lost Beans.
Thank God we have a little
courtyard.
Bruh. And everybody loves Beans.
He could have got ran over if we like didn't have the courtyard area. Imagine we were at our old
that's
place.
My worst nightmare. That has happened to me.
Oh yes, you
R.I.P. Tito.
When AD passed by your crib.
Yeah, that shit was sad.
Bruh, but yeah, guys, we fucking almost lost Beans. And we had a similar story with Lola.
I would have literally died.
I would have threw a party.
You're
I'm joking.
crazy.
I'm joking.
No.
I'm kidding. But we would save tons of money.
How?
Like $30 a month on the dog food.
That's true. Dog food's expensive as fuck.
I'm joking. No, how much do we spend on Beans a month?
Probably, yeah.
$30?
Maybe a little more. Maybe yeah.
A bag lasts a month?
I think so.
I don't even tap in with this stuff. You know what I really want to do, guys?
Maybe like 3 weeks.
I have seen videos talking about how like, okay, just today, the reason I'm bringing this up is just today I saw a video and it was of one of those like guilt tripping videos where they're like, no living being should be eating processed foods. Like, think about yourself. Like, do you want to eat only processed foods your whole life? And then it shows a dog kibble and like some sad dog, like dogs, people just give their dogs kibble all their whole lives and expect them to be healthy, blah, blah, whatever. Anyways, I also seen other videos in the past where it says that obviously, if you feed your animals like fucking organs and pig feet and I don't know, chicken feet, like it's like way healthier. But apparently it's cheaper too. Like I've literally seen videos where they say like if you go to a butcher, a lot of the shit that they want to eat, the butchers are like, bro, it's like, you know, pennies on the dollar or it's just trash. So all you gotta do is go over there and be like, can I have this stuff? And then you just feed it to your fucking animals.
But how good is that stuff for them?
It's way better than the fucking kibble. It's 100%.
We have to look into it.
I think it is. Let us know in the comment section afterwards.
Yeah, give us your.
I wanna transfer our cats to a raw diet.
Yeah, I think that cats really do need. They say that they actually do need meat. You can't just feed them the kibble.
Yeah, 100%. Both my cats in the past. Well, we don't really know what happened to Whiskers, but a lot of cats, they die from liver failure, where like they just don't drink enough water because they kind of like get their water from their food. You know, they don't really drink too much water. And I remember my Whiskers, he never really drank water at all. He would drink milk. Like if you put out milk for him, he would drink that shit, but water, he would not really touch it. He would sometimes drink out of the toilet, but he would literally just eat fucking kibble. So obviously he's like dehydrated all fucking day long. And then a lot of cats pass away from that shit. So I feel like it would be way healthier if we gave him like blood-soaked meat.
Blood-soaked.
Yes. So
You're not supposed to give cats milk either.
You're not? Oh wait, yes. I did see something
it's
about
like bad
that
for their stomachs.
You know what oh my god, I should have saved it to react to it. But you know what I saw on Instagram is there is this temple in India where they find this temple, I guess, finds rats holy. So the whole temple is dedicated to rats, where the rats are in the kitchen, they're in the bathrooms, and to enter the temple you have to take your shoes off, so you have to be barefoot, and there's all this rat shit all over the floor. It's just like a crazy ass like rat temple. And this vlogger guy went there and he like filmed his experience. I was like, damn, that would be a sick place to take Riley to.
That's my horror nights. That's my haunted house.
Would you do that?
Season. Fuck
no. That would be content.
No.
That would be content.
No. I'm like literally already getting the chills.
You would have to be barefoot.
No,
and there's rats everywhere.
No.
Oh my god.
Do you want to do that with spiders? You want to go to a spider temple?
For the content, I do it.
You're such a liar.
A spider
yeah,
temple?
it's all webby and there's spiders everywhere, all sizes.
Oh fuck, dude.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, I'm getting the heebie-jeebies too. For content, I guess I'd be down.
No, you wouldn't.
I don't know though.
No, a whole temple and you have to take your shoes off.
A spider temple. I don't know.
You hate spiders.
Yeah, I do, but I don't know, man. Yo, another random topic here is so Riley finally did the Russian food challenge. We finally did the stream where Riley tried a bunch of different Russian foods, right? And I went on live stream. I went to like 2 Russian food stores to buy this Russian food. One of them that I went to, I told the chat, I was like, oh my god, I recognize the worker. It's my mom's friend. I've known her my whole life since I was a kid. So I was like, wow, I saw her there, right? Whatchamacallit, so I bought all the foods from there, the chicken jello shit, all that stuff, right? I bought all that stuff. We did the food challenge. Riley thought it was disgusting, obviously, and then all the leftover food, I didn't want to waste it. It's actually good Russian food. What I thought, I gave it to my mom because I knew my mom would fuck with it because she loves the chicken jello shit and all that stuff, right? My mom got it. She's like, she ate it, and then she called me and she was like, where'd you get that food from? And I told her, I was like, oh, I got it from this one market, that one I went to on stream. And she's like, bruh, she's like, Yuriy, like every Russian
said bruh.
she said, like, she like literally was like, bruh, she's like, every Russian person knows you don't go to that food market. She's like, you go to that market for condensed milk, like sodas, cream sodas, like things that are packaged and shit. But she's like, you don't get actual Russian food from that place. She's like, that place is well known in the Russian community to have the worst Russian foods.
You should have looked at the reviews.
I just looked up the closest Russian stores, basically, and my mom was basically saying that, like, she said she tried the chicken jello and all that stuff, and she was like, it was inedible. She was like, it was gross.
See, I wasn't tripping.
So, and my whole point here is we have to do it again.
No.
Yes, I'm gonna ask my mom to make it.
That's even worse if I don't like it.
Okay, I'll ask my mom for a spot that she confirms is a good spot. We have to redo this. Where we find a place that, like, my mom confirms is a good spot, because my mom said that even the food that I gave her, she was like, we didn't even fuck with it because it's that gross. She's like, that place makes terrible Russian food.
Ooh.
So
she tells the truth too. She doesn't know sugarcoat.
So I was like, damn, I gave Riley not only chicken jello, but like the worst version of chicken jello possible.
I was like, am I being a little too dramatic? No, I couldn't even like. It was all the textures. The textures were all so.
But here's the thing, babe.
Smushy and weird.
If we go to Japan, you have to get past the textures. You have to like be able to swallow. Pause. You have to be able to be like, okay, and afterwards be like, I see what the experience is like. You can't just be like, and just spit it out. Like you're not gonna get no flavor out of that. You know.
Okay.
But also,
but I'm not trying to taste crazy shit in Japan either.
I had a couple of Russian friends message me, and they told me, Yuriy, you fucked Riley up. They're like,
I was like, wait, what?
They were like,
what?
they're like, you fucked Riley up. They're saying no Russian person eats the chicken jello raw. They're like, it literally always gets eaten with horseradish or there's like another spicy thing, but you're supposed to eat it like mixed with like something else, like
something spicy.
Something spicy, usually horseradish. But they're like, bro, no one eats that shit raw like that.
I don't think I would like it either way because it's just so cold and like.
You have to get past that.
No, but it's not for me. Like, why do I have to be forced to like something I don't like?
You don't have to be forced to like it. It's like, okay, when I first tried beer, you know what I mean? I was just like an alcohol.
You still don't like it.
I was like, oh, so gross. But like, yeah, but guess what? I know I don't like it, but if someone goes to me and goes like, Yuriy, try this beer.
That's
I'm
different.
going to try it.
I don't like drinking, I don't like the taste of alcohol that much, period.
Cap.
I don't. Unless it's like wine.
Speaking
I like that
of alcohol, guys, it is the 28th of January.
Good job. We've been so strong.
Oh, wait, hold on. Right hand.
You've almost... my hands are sweaty.
I know. It's the 28th, so we've both not drinking for 27 days. I have 3 days left. I still have a lot of people in the chat telling me, Yuriy, just go the full 75, go the full 75. I'm leaning on Toke's thing where like, why do I have to fucking,
it's 45 more days after that.
Yeah. What do you say? Like, why would I have to something myself? What was the word he used?
I don't know.
God damn it.
Limit yourself?
Like, not limit myself, but like, why do I have to not ruin my day, but like, what the fuck? What was the word he used?
Don't be saying some crazy shit to justify.
Yeah, he was telling me just a drink, but I think 30 days is more than enough. I think that's fine. I'm not gonna do this 75-day thing.
I'm proud of you for doing 30. I'm proud of you. I'm proud of you for not giving in those times.
Did you think I was like not?
I thought you were definitely going to in San Diego.
Really?
Yeah.
I thought so too.
I thought you were the night actually when you guys went to Hollywood and you ordered a Tito shot.
Oh, I did. And then the reason why I didn't do it is because they didn't give it to me, and Chad was saying like that's God.
That was a sign.
That's God telling you, and I was like, all right.
I was like, did he say no to it, or did he cancel it?
Nah, they just never gave it to me. So that was just God telling me to continue the mission. But
see, it wasn't that bad.
I was gonna say, I was talking about on stream last night. I don't even remember what it feels like to be drunk.
I know.
Right? And Giselle's saying the same thing too, because she's like 3 years sober. She's like, I don't remember either. And it's like, yeah, I don't even remember what it feels like to be drunk. And also, I'm really, really glad that Riley talked me into doing this break. You know what I mean? Because I wasn't even like noticing how much I was really drinking. Because like I was like last night before I was going to bed, I was thinking about it. I was like, dude, before this break, I remember nights where I would end the stream. And usually, like sometimes if I ended the stream and I didn't want to go to bed yet, I'd probably stay up, maybe play a video game and smoke a spliff or something. But I remember there was a couple days where I would stay up and drink by myself, taking shots by myself. Like you'd be already asleep, I'd be taking shots off stream by myself. Crazy. And I remember thinking back on it like, damn, bro, like that actually is kind of insane. Like I can't imagine me doing that now. Like going back into drinking, like just taking shots by myself at fucking 3 a.m. or some shit. Like I think that's kind of extreme now.
Yeah.
So I don't think I'm gonna be doing that. But also I was telling the chat like I think it's gonna be just easier now that I went to I linked up with Joel, went to all those bars, and I went to San Diego on stream, and we went to and I didn't drink the whole time.
You had fun without alcohol.
I think now it's gonna be easier for me to go the whole week without drinking and just drink on the weekends.
Yeah. Yeah. And exactly. You've been able to provide entertaining content without the alcohol. So.
Well, I know, right? That was like for
all
sure.
All your shit has been entertaining.
That for sure was like one of my worries too. Is like I was like, oh, am I gonna have the same energy? You know what I mean? Like that I have while I'm like super lit.
If anything, you have more. You've been live till like 4 a.m.
That's what everyone's been saying. They're like continue not drinking because you've been streaming more.
You have.
But I don't know. Have I really? Like,
you have.
Will the drinking slow down the streaming? Does it? Because I get sleepy.
Yeah.
Or I'll get too drunk. At a certain point, I'll be like, oh,
you have to just limit yourself.
I'm out.
You just have to learn how to limit yourself.
But basically, yes. 3 days left, and then whatchamacallit, I will start drinking again. I feel bad, dude.
I don't care.
I don't want to go another. It's 45 more days.
Mm-hmm.
I thought it was 25 more days. I was thinking
I'll be done in like the middle of March. Towards the end of March, probably, because I started like the 5th of January.
But let's make this clear, Riley.
But I stopped drinking on the 1st.
Riley is on a health journey.
It'll be 80 days.
Where
for
she
me,
like
actually.
for like, you know, for me it was kind of like, yes, I need a little liver break, but you know, for the both of us it was like that. But you were like, you kept telling me like, I'm trying to get fit, I'm trying to get healthy, blah blah. So for you, you're like on this like giant health journey right now. So
and I was just sick. Like I could see it in my face, I could feel it in my body. Like I was always throwing up. I felt like shit. Like
yeah.
I was like, I need to just stop. I just have to just stop.
It's gonna be weird drinking without you.
I know.
Are you gonna be able to deal with a drunk Yuriy while you're sober?
That's when I go to sleep.
Will I make you start drinking? Or are you gonna be like, fuck, dude, I need a drink. This feels annoying.
No. I'm gonna be strong. That's actually gonna really test my strength.
Oh.
So
you see, that's gonna be fuck. Everyone's gonna be like, oh, you're a terrible boyfriend. I'm gonna be like that, like.
No, this is good. It's good discipline.
Like, you know how couples that smoke cigarettes together, and then one of them quits cigarettes, and the person who continues smoking cigarettes has to like go to the balcony now and like smoke. Like, I'm gonna have to go downstairs like in the closet and pour shots on stream.
I'm not an addict. God.
Hey guys, thank you for the $20 donation.
Okay.
I'm kidding. But yes. Anyways, 27 days. Let's go. We did it.
That's impressive.
Is it? It really was no biggie.
It really wasn't.
Speaking of also not drinking, guys, shout out to Brian Arnett, dude, because the whole reason I'm bringing the drinking thing up, I'll explain that in a second. But Brian Arnett, skateboarder, YouTuber, also live streamer as well. I've done a couple of collab videos with him. We did a parkour stream together a long time ago. But he had Paul Rodriguez and Mike Mo and Spanish Mike at his house. I think he had Jerome at his house too. I'm not sure. I forgot who else was there, but it was for sure he had Paul Rodriguez, Mike Mo, and Spanish Mike at his house. I tuned into his stream. I was like, bro, what the fuck? That's so insane. To give you guys the lore on that, basically, he was doing a stream a couple days ago where he was live, and then Paul Rodriguez's account said something in the chat. But the thing that the account said was something that P-Rod would have not said. And Brian was like, oh, yo, I think that's Spanish Mike on P-Rod's account, like, trolling me. So, but he was like, yo, that's crazy. Like, Brian Arnett was, like, flipping out, like, I can't believe P-Rod's in the chat. So I guess after that situation happened, Spanish Mike set up this meetup where P-Rod actually came to his house, which is freaking legendary. I told Riley about the situation, and Riley's like, P-Rod, is he popular or something?
I said the famous skateboarder.
Dude,
you're like, yes, babe.
You've never heard of P-Rod.
Or I know, I was like, he's famous for skateboarding, right?
You've never heard of P-Rod.
No, I've heard you talk about him for sure.
He's a legend.
And you probably showed me his videos.
One of the most successful skateboarders in the game. Like, you know, it's a common theme that like skateboarding doesn't make that much money, and a lot of pro skaters have to work normal jobs to sustain their skateboarding. P-Rod's one of those dudes who's like a multi-millionaire off skateboarding. You know what I mean? He's like a rare dude. But anyways, that's legendary that he came to his house. When he came, he was obviously a little drunk, a little tipsy, and he was going in on some kids, bro. It was kind of funny, dude. Like, they were reacting to kids like skating, and there was like some clip of like some kids skating in a helmet, and he was just like, he was like, I have no respect for people who skate in helmets, blah, 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 blah. And, like, he was going on, like, a 30-minute tangent about how like, he doesn't have any respect for skateboarders with helmets. I think someone in the room was like, come on, man, like he's trying, like you have a little respect for him. He's like, zero, no respect, blah blah blah. I thought it was so funny. And then Brian, he ended the stream, but he has re-uploaded the stream since then. But the reason why I thought it was kind of shocking to see P-Rod lit is because I was tuned into his YouTube channel where he was doing a life reset challenge where he was also doing 30 days sober. So I thought he was still sober, but I didn't realize that life reset was from 5 months ago. So obviously he's already completed the 30 days sober. Now he's drinking again. But I thought that was so funny. It was almost like a little mini P-Rod crash out.
That's how you were when you got home from Garrett Jenner's. You were going off on everybody.
I know. That was embarrassing.
You had your cry. We've all been there.
I was way drunker than P-Rod though, right?
Yeah, you don't remember anything.
Yeah, I woke up and I didn't remember anything. That was embarrassing. That was definitely
I was like,
embarrassing.
you were like, I went live again? I was like,
dude,
yes.
Why did you let me?
I thought you were like normal.
I came home
You were so normal. That was the crazy part because you didn't even seem drunk.
Dude,
I mean, you seemed drunk, but you didn't seem like you didn't seem blacked out.
People always tell me that.
Because I could tell, like, like in the eyes when somebody's blacked out.
Like Freddie Percury, I think Toke, Blasey, a bunch of people have told me, like, now that I've been doing this like sober thing for 27 days, or not sober, but just not drinking alcohol. Everyone's told me, like, Yuriy, I've never really noticed you drunk. You know what I mean? Like, and everyone always tells me that, but I'm like,
I think that was the drunkest I seen you. For
sure, I seem drunk some points, but people tell me that, like, I always seem like I'm not drunk at some points. You know what I mean? Like, even though I'm like ridiculously lit. But that day, that was embarrassing, bro. I obviously was blacked out at Garrett's. I came home and I went back live, bro. And I was just talking shit about Gifted Hater and Flacco.
You weren't being rude about talking shit about Flacco, but you were just like saying some. I forgot what you were saying.
What was I saying about Flacco?
Trolling Flacco. You were saying like your dick was bigger than Flacco or something. You said some shit like that. You're like, I don't give a fuck,
dude. You see,
Flacco's dick getting big as mine or something like that.
What? You see, and I don't.
And I was like, it's time to go.
That was at Garrett's house?
No, that was here.
Oh my God.
I was like, okay, that's enough.
Bro, what the fuck, dude? Jesus Christ. I'm so glad that stream is gone, bro.
I was like, oh my goodness.
Yeah, I'm not trying to get that drunk on stream anymore.
That's when I was like, oh, he's really drunk. What the fuck is he talking about?
I need like a moderator or maybe you to like be like the designated drink counter where like even if it seems like I'm sober, even if it seems like I'm 100% sober, you're like, Yuriy, that's it. You're going to say something dumb. It's over with.
I'm going to have to make some mocktails.
You're not allowed to talk anymore. I was going to do that. I didn't have enough time, but I wanted to skate today. And then I wanted to go to a liquor store and grab mocktail stuff to make a mocktail. But then I just didn't have enough time. I'm kind of glad I didn't because it's just a bunch of sugar for no reason.
Yeah, that is so true.
Just like a whole mixed drink of Dole and, I don't know, syrup and whatever else.
Once in a while, it's fine. It's a little treat.
You know what I really want to try when I get back into drinking is those liquor store pre-made mixes. Have you seen them? Where you go to a liquor store and they'll have a bag that has like all the ingredients you need to make a mixed drink already.
Yeah, like a margarita mix.
Yeah, something like that. I saw this one on IG the other day. It was called the Baby Maker, where it comes with a honey pack. You're supposed to put a honey pack in there, and it's made for two.
Oh my God.
You're supposed to put a honey pack in there and a bunch of different liquors and like a coffee as well. It was like, I forgot what it was, and then it comes with 2 straws, and it was called the Baby Maker.
I saw a post today where it was like a Sleepy Mom cocktail, and it was like ice. Then she puts hella Jolly Ranchers in it, then hella Sprite, and then cough syrup.
What the hell?
I was like, what the fuck?
A Sleepy Mom cocktail?
Sleepy, and everybody was like, you mean lean? Like, what the fuck?
Damn, Mom's off.
I was dying at it. Sleepy Mom cocktail.
That's so
She was
funny.
like with her fingernails and stuff.
I still remember on my old IG account when I would post lean photos all the time of just like cups of lean and shit. And I used to think it was like people would do the double cup thing. I used to think it was nice to get like a really nice glass, like a wine glass or something, and put the lid in there. Oh my god! And I would drink out.
Trying to be classy.
Yeah, and I would post it on IG and shit. And I remember at one point my mom like asked me when I lived at home, and my mom was like, "Yuri, like what's this purple drink you keep posting on Instagram? Like, is it a new drink or something like that? Like, what is it?" And I was like, "Oh yeah, just some like drink I like, blah blah." And she was like so confused by it.
It's some Kool-Aid.
Kool-Aid. We never had Kool-Aid at our house, ever. We would make
either really.
We would make lemonade.
We'd have the like Capri Sun Kool-Aid sometimes.
Actually, no, what we had was like
we had Tang.
We had the frozen shit.
Oh, the frozen juice. My mom never got those.
You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah, where you put it in like water. Do you put it in water?
I think it's like
I never had.
It's like a concentrated frozen juice.
About.
You peel it open. I think you dump it. Yeah, we had that shit.
And we had the Country Time lemonade.
Dude, you know what I saw on IG? I should have saved this as well, but I saw that Walmart has this brand. I think it's like First Street or something like that, but Walmart has this brand of ice cream sandwiches that don't melt. They have chemicals in them that keep it from melting. And some guy was like on IG, he was like, "Oh, I saw this thing on on an article talking about these ice creams that don't melt." He's like, "I'm gonna try it out." He buys it, puts it on his table, waits 24 hours, and it doesn't melt.
That's so bad.
And I was like,
that's
damn.
Like plastic food.
Exactly. I was like, that's kind of insane. Apparently it has like I forgot what it has. It has like gelatin and like a bunch of other shit in it that keeps it from fucking.
It's like the Good Burger. The competitors were the Mondo Burger. What was it called?
Wait, was it? I don't know.
Where they like don't they like inject all their burgers and they like come out like all crazy looking? I don't remember. Am I tripping?
That kind of sounds familiar, but I haven't seen it in so long, so I don't remember exactly. But yo, guys, also someone hasn't been going to the PO box.
I did slip up this week.
Yes, again, and last week.
I know.
2 weeks we haven't gone.
I'll go tomorrow, and if there's a lot of stuff, we could do an opening?
Oh yeah, I guess we would have to do on the Yuriy 2 channel. I feel like, or I don't know. Maybe we could do a part of some other stream. But if there is like a bunch of stuff that we've been late on, we should maybe just do it in the middle of the week because it's already been 2 weeks of missed PO box. But guys, I have finally updated the description. The PO box is in the description. It's PO box 11535 Burbank, California 91510. Let's go. I added to the description. I'm gonna add to all the other descriptions as well, but apologies to anyone has sent us to anyone who has sent us anything. Riley's working on it.
Yeah, I'm sorry too. I will be there tomorrow.
I was going to go the other day. I was thinking like I'm just gonna bike there, but then I thought like, wait, what am I gonna do if it's boxes? Because sometimes it's like literally like clothes, and I'm like,
it's like big ass boxes.
Like what would I do? Like I would just get trapped.
No, I'll go in the morning.
Okay, all right. Oh yeah, you're gonna stream tomorrow too, as well, right?
Yeah.
Tomorrow I don't know exactly.
Maybe I'll do a cooking stream.
In the morning or in the midday?
Maybe I'll cook something for later.
Okay. For later? Oh, wait, today?
Or maybe I could do a lunch stream. I don't know.
Okay. I'm not sure what I'm gonna do tomorrow. I'm gonna try to plan some sort of IRL stream. I think I'm gonna plan streams tonight on Kick. I'm gonna stream on Kick tonight, and I think we'll plan like the week out through then. But guys, warning: on Wednesday I will probably not be streaming the whole day. On Wednesday I won't be streaming, and then Thursday reconnected. But as for random topics, guys, this is kind of interesting. Wait, hold on. Let me unmute it so you guys can hear this as well. Riley hasn't seen this yet, so this is Riley's first view. So this is titled 10-year-old boxer knocks out one of the island boys while on live stream at party. I saw this title and I was like, over exaggeration, knockout, come on, right? Look at this shit.
Oh my god. He knocked the wind out of it?
Yeah.
Oh shit. So that I could hear that.
Yeah, you could hear the that 10-year-old is a professional boxer. Well, he's gonna be scary. He's not a professional boxer, but he's like he's like a boxer basically. So he knows how to punch, and also, unless you're training, like not a lot of I can't withstand a stomach punch.
Oh no,
that'll knock the wind out of me. Like people in the gym, they literally have you seen those videos?
Yeah.
Like they train their stomach to withstand those punches. So island boys, those six packs they have aren't from being strong. Those are just from being thin. You know what I mean? Like that's just their muscle.
He's so tiny too, but so powerful.
So I know. Look at this kid, dude.
He's looking the same size though.
You know what is kind of scary about that is if you punch your like liver or kidney hard enough, you can die.
Your spleen. Isn't that like your spleen or something?
I don't know. Well, you don't need your spleen, but
oh my god.
But that's like a thing. My dad told me that it's like fucked up thing, but he said in Russia in street fights, like they specifically go for your like kidney or your liver, whatever is like right here, because like it can cause like long-term damage and you could even die from it.
That's like a big thing, huh? Russian street fights.
Yes, there's like so many videos of that shit of like just people.
They just love boxing and fighting, or are they just really beefing?
Well, in Russian culture, like being manly, you know what I mean? Like being a super manly dude, like is a big deal. Like in Russian culture, you'll see like 6-year-olds like already like trying to fucking be an adult and shit like that. Like I don't know why, like, but it just like what's like masculinity is like a super big deal like in Russia. So
that's like what they value.
Yeah, exactly. And what comes along with that is like fighting. You know what I mean? Like so a lot of like Russian kids, they do sign up for fighting classes of some sort. You know what I mean? Or their dad's fucking a fighter or some shit like that. So I think it's just super common in Russian culture because they just like that shit. And just, like I said, masculinity is like super big to them. You know, there's like certain cultures where just having that, being the big manly figure is like the guy who knows how to fix a fishing pole and fucking switch a tire out. Like it's just like they want to be that guy. You know what I mean? Here I am, like exact opposite a little bit. I told
you know how to do hella shit though.
I can't switch a tire. I've never done that before.
Really?
Sure.
You could do it though.
I don't think it would be hard.
You watch one video, you'll do it. You did hella shit for my car that I really didn't think would have been done.
I told thanks. I also fucked up my car for like a month or something. It was like
they were gonna charge us hella of money and shit.
Yeah, so, that's true. The next thing I want to attempt on stream potentially is a steering wheel thing.
What? The ticking?
Yeah. That would be like a 10-hour job. So it would be like a 10-hour stream.
I think it's permanently going to be like that because remember we got that fixed before and I gotten that fixed before too.
The thing is, they're doing it lazy. I'm going to do it right. They're fixing it. I'm not sure if you remember, but they fixed it and then I had to bring it back because I was like, yo, you guys didn't screw this panel in all the way and shit. So they were doing it all rinky-dink. It's a hard job. So that job requires completely taking off the steering wheel, taking off the airbag, which is like kind of dangerous as well. And it's like a 10-hour job, bro.
Yeah. It was so expensive.
So I feel like I want to try doing it on stream.
A 10-hour job, $1 a minute on the.
No $1 a minute. Just like I can't end the stream till I fix the thing.
Oh yeah, that's a good one.
That would be stressful.
You would have to go out. Because you couldn't do it in the garage now.
I know. The neighbors would be like, what the fuck is that? Those sevens in the garage all night. What the hell is that?
They're looking at you all crazy.
But yeah, that was the Island Boys getting punched in the stomach. All right, yo, look at this. I'm not sure if Riley's seen this or not, but California high schools now have an esports league where students can competitively play video games against other rival schools.
It's probably like video game club.
Yeah, that's pretty interesting. That's or cool, I guess. Club. Like, I don't know if I would join that if I was in high school. You know what I mean? Like,
you probably wouldn't because you didn't like.
I didn't
clubs.
Like extracurricular activities.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, or clubs. But I feel like that would be cool for some kids. But also in the gaming community, the competitive gaming esports community, swatting and doing a bunch of vile doxing and all that shit is very common. So we might see like some crazy high school esports beefing going on. You know what I mean? That'll lead to some crazy shit potentially.
They're probably like hella regulated though.
Oh, babe, you think the professional esports with like actual grown men is not heavily regulated?
You think they're gonna be the grown men are gonna send that shit to the school?
I'm saying grown men send it to each other, but kids will send it to each other as well.
No, I'm saying, yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, that shit's not gonna be.
They're gonna do it, bro. I bet you, 100%. I'm without a doubt.
Even that happens without streaming. That just happens randomly because I don't think they're streaming.
Well, it depends if a beef unfolds. You know what I mean? Like between
high school beef, they're gonna swat each other.
Yes, that's what happens. You don't believe me? That's what happens in esports.
Rivalry.
It's very common. But yeah,
that's so aggressive.
Yes.
What about a little prank? That's so crazy.
They're probably gonna DDoS each other. They're gonna fuck each other's internet up. They're gonna, I don't know. They're probably gonna try,
oh my god,
try to do a bunch of shit to each other. It's gonna be funny. All right, this is where we're going to enter the conversation of where I'm not sure what Riley's gonna be able to input here, because that's all about skateboarding stuff.
Oh, okay.
Wait, hold on.
Can I pee?
Wait, hold on. Let me grab something really quick.
Okay.
Wait, talk about the thing.
What thing?
The thing.
What thing? What thing are you talking about?
The thing we're getting 9 months in from now.
Shut up.
A car, hopefully.
Yeah.
Really? I'm joking.
A brand new car, possibly a new.
Could you,
apartment.
when you're back, could you break up some cabbage?
Yes, oregano.
All right, yo, guys. Before we get into this topic, I want to say off rip, I'm not a huge Braille skateboarding watcher. You know what I mean? I've watched some of their content. At a certain point, like maybe like 5-6 months ago, I like really deep dived and I started watching like hella videos. But then Braille Skateboarding is basically a skateboarding YouTube channel that's mainly targeted towards kids or people who are trying to learn how to skateboard. Mainly like kids who are trying to learn how to skateboard and shit. And they have like kind of a crew of people who work there, right? And like the crew will participate in the videos and all that stuff. One of the people who's I guess not a part of the crew anymore, but he used to be a part of the crew. His name is Nigel, right? Nigel Jones. So apparently he's left recently, and he just did an interview with shit. I forgot the name of the dude, but he just did an interview recently, and one thing he said in the interview kind of has sparked a little bit of drama, I guess, where this guy Dan Webbs made a video about it titled "What Did Carlos Lastra Do to Hurt Nigel Jones?" Carlos Lastra was also a part of Braille Skateboarding, but Carlos Lastra, guys, he seems like the nicest guy on the planet. Like every single person who has anything to say about this guy Carlos has nothing but nice things to say. If you guys have consumed any Carlos content, he just seems like a very soft-spoken, chill guy who just loves to skateboard. Doesn't seem like he'd hurt a fly, you know? And also, he's a very talented skateboarder. The reason why I want to bring this whole thing up, guys, is the videos I seen back in the day of Braille, where it was, where Carlos was still there and it was Nigel. I definitely sensed some jealousy and some hatred from Nigel already towards Carlos. I don't know. Maybe I'm just speculating here. Maybe Carlos did do something shady. I don't see Carlos doing it, but I had already, for a long time watching those videos, have seen like this kind of. There was always, like, I forgot, like, I can't bring up specific examples. You'd have to, go rewatch the videos, but there's many moments where Nigel's kind of, like, low-key hating on this fool for no reason and just throwing shade at him. And what's kind of funny about that is Carlos, he's really talented, but he's not really, like, flexing his skills or, like, talking about how good he is. You know what I mean? Like, sometimes he might, like, talk about it here and there if people ask him the question, but he's not really like that. He just skates and shit. Nigel Jones, on the other hand, I have seen video clips of him where he's like, I'm a pro skateboarder. Yep, I'm a pro skateboarder. I have a pro model, skateboard, blah, blah, blah. He's not a pro skateboarder, bro. All he can do is fucking front pop late flip and pop shove it. I think tray flip or something like that. His bag of tricks is extremely limited. I haven't seen... one day I was like, when I saw the clip of him going, I'm a pro skateboarder, I was like, let me go on YouTube, type in Nigel Jones pro skate part or Nigel Jones skate part. Nothing. I didn't find anything but Braille clips, bro. And I was just like, he doesn't even have a video part. And like the video parts, whatever clips I did see, it's a front pop late flip, it's a pop shove it, and it's a tray flip. I'm like, I think he's just like super hating on Carlos Lastra because he's way more talented than him. And he's just jealous, and I don't know. I really don't see what Carlos could have done. I don't know. That's just my whole opinion on it. I've thought of this. I've had this opinion for a long time. I never spoke on it, but now that this video has dropped, I feel like I can express my opinion now. Yeah, I feel like Nigel Jones is just a hater, and he's definitely not a pro skateboarder. I think if we asked P-Rod that night the same question, he would agree with me.
I'm sorry, you probably said it already when I was in the bathroom, but were they beefing before, or like he was just randomly talking shit about him?
No,
because it was brought up in like a podcast.
So yeah, he did a podcast recently, and then they just brought up like Carlos Lastra, and then he was just like, oh, speaking of that guy, he's like, fuck that guy. He's like, I don't fuck with him, blah 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 blah. And then this dude Dan Webbs, who made a video reacting to it, he brings up what I thought about as well, which is he's like, bro, anyone who's made a video with Carlos talks about how nice of a guy he is, how cool he is, how chill he is.
So he must have the issue.
And I'm like thinking like I think and like I was saying, watching the old videos of them like skating together, they all work for the same company together, right? And doing their little videos, it always seemed like Nigel was just fucking like being a little weird towards them. You know what I mean? I always kind of sensed it. And I think one of the top comments in this video
is he older than him and like this other guy's newer? Or they've been skating together for like skating with each other.
I don't know who joined. I don't know who joined the Braille crew first. I think. Oh no. Nigel was there first, and then Carlos joined after. So I feel like maybe Nigel had this like superiority thing
like
where
OG
he's like yeah, I've been here first. Like I've been skating for this company longer. And also in the interview he said we flew out Carlos, like it was like his bread or something like that. But it's literally Braille probably paying for it. One of the top comments I saw here, it was like. It said, honestly, for the longest time, I thought it was just because when they were both on Braille, Carlos was unanimously considered the best skater at Braille, and Nigel was always number 2. I thought it was I thought it was petty jealousy, a petty jealousy thing, and then Nigel would try to compensate by being the loudest guy in the room, only rivaled by Gabe. But after seeing this interview he did with Lamont, it was Lamont Hall, a couple hours after it came out, I'm not sure. And to be fair, I like and respect Nigel, but Carlos never gave me any indication that he'd be the type of person I would dislike or have any reason to change my mind or opinion on until facts change. And I agree with that. I feel like Carlos seems like a nice guy. I feel like Nigel's being a hater. And I just feel like Nigel maybe like has a huge ego with his skateboarding. And he like saw someone... Like, it's not hard to be the best guy at Braille. Braille skateboarding, like, they've always had like a crew of people who are like, pretty good, you know what I mean, but like they're not like core skateboarding good, you know what I mean? So I bet you for a long time Nigel really felt like I'm the best guy in the world. Everyone I'm surrounded by is trying to learn how to kickflip, and I'm over here doing front pop lay flip. I'm the best guy in the room, you know? And then here comes Carlos Lastra doing literally fucking anything he wants, you know what I mean? Like switch, regular, and you name it. And he's like, oh fuck, like maybe I'm not the best guy in the room anymore. So I think that's...
Yeah, no, that definitely is what it sounds like.
That's just like my opinion on the whole thing, right?
Yeah,
I don't
100%. Know. Why else? Like, it doesn't seem like he would be the type to like go on a podcast and talk shit like that.
I don't think so either.
Like if that guy was saying like everybody says he's like the nicest guy, and he's obviously being the loudest guy in the room.
And also Nigel did,
just like you said.
Well, the comment said that, but Nigel did bring up one thing where that was like proved false. Where Nigel was like, oh, when Carlos left, like, you know, notice how no one really even said anything, like that's for a reason. But no, they made a whole goodbye video. You know what I mean? Like I didn't even think about, like, one of the comments said that,
they care.
And they like literally made a whole goodbye video. It was like fucking 40 minutes long, talking about his experience there and like all that stuff. And he gave him a thank you, a shout out, and he left. But I don't know. He was like, oh, Carlos is not even on the internet. Like that's for a reason. He stays off the internet. Blah blah blah. But,
oh my god.
But it's like I think he like dealt with like family death and like, you know,
maybe he's just more private.
Yeah, he just like dealt with a bunch of shit. I don't know, bro. It just seems like who Carlos Mencia. Oh no, we're talking about Carlos Lastra of the Braille skateboarding crew. Sorry, I just read the chat. But either way, that was all I had to say about the situation. Anyone who knows about like Braille skateboarding, I feel like will kind of know what I'm talking about. I just thought Braille is always known for being so PG, you know what I mean? Like it's like a, you know, it's meant for kids and stuff like that. It doesn't really have any drama. But now that Nigel has left the crew and Carlos has left the crew, I've seen a vlog where Nigel was like at a skate park drinking Hennessy skating. So I was like, oh, okay, now he can break this PG image completely. So now we're getting the behind the scenes expose of what the hell is going on back there. And Ricky Glazer works there.
I know. I was just about to say, isn't he there too?
Yeah. Now,
Ricky's a good skater though.
Bro, he's super talented at skateboarding.
His videos are good, really good.
I was telling the chat that Ricky has been doing these streams where it's titled. People have asked me to do this, but I'm not good enough to do these types of streams where he does streams where people donate for a trick to be done, right? Mm-hmm. And obviously people are going to just choose the hardest trick they can think of in their head, you know? And he's doing them. Like, and it's like, I think like $2 or I think it's like any dollar amount he's going to try your trick. And people are asking for switch laser flip, switch big heel down the stairs, hard flip lay flip, or like just the most crazy random shit. And he's landing all these tricks. He's like super, super talented.
He seems hella passionate though too. Like those videos you were showing me where he's doing teaching how to do a kickflip or whatever. It's so detailed and like
I'm not sure if you guys...
It's like, I feel like that's like such a good instructional video.
That's what
like everybody can learn from.
I told him, I was like, bro, like you explained it really well. I could not explain like the way he did of how to kickflip and shit. And I'm not sure if anyone has seen, but guys, shout out to Ricky Glazer on his YouTube channel. He posted a video where I'm not sure if you guys know of this girl. There's this Twitch streamer. She's a really popular streamer named Mayra or something like that, something with the M. What it was. And she gets like, you know, she's a really, really big streamer. And she basically did a video or a stream titled like, I'm gonna learn how to kickflip. He did a reactionary video to that. Was it Maya? Maybe Maya. And he did a reactionary video to that, like giving her tips of how to do a kickflip better. She reacted to it and actually was like trying to follow his tips. And then Ludwig, also a big streamer YouTuber, he's trying to learn how to kickflip. And Ricky Glazer tapped in with him to help him how to kickflip as well. So I was like, bro, that's fire as hell that like Ricky Glazer's like really just passionately trying to grow skateboarding. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
Like, through other content creators, because like he's not linking up with them trying to like really grow his like, you know, channel. It's like in a way it does like, you know, help him in like his channel like analytics or whatever it is, but it's really just to, like he says, like it's trying to get more people into skateboarding, because skateboarding is technically dying right now. Less and less people are getting into it. You think
so? Because you were telling me that
that's what the
everybody was
showing.
Like so into it, like it was so popular.
That's what the numbers are showing right now. The numbers are
by what metric though?
Board sales, skateboarding vlogger views, shit. Fuck, I'm sure magazine sales probably down too, but who knows? They probably barely even make magazines, but it just the views are down, and then also the board sales are down. Like there's like a bunch of videos talking about how skateboarding's dying, apparently, quote unquote. They also say hip hop's dying too.
Kinda.
There's nothing good anymore.
I know. And movies too.
Like,
but I heard some of the recent movies have been good. Like Saltburn, I heard is good, which I really want to watch.
I wanted to watch that one movie with you.
I know, the Nicolas Cage one.
No.
Right?
You said? No, the one with the Titanic guy.
Leonardo DiCaprio?
Yes, it had Leonardo DiCaprio, and it was like titled Sunshine Flower or something like that. I sent it to you. I was like, I want to watch this, and you said you didn't want to watch it because it seemed dark.
I don't remember.
It was voted like one of the best movies of the year.
It?
Yes. It didn't win, but it was voted one of the best.
I'm down to watch. I kind of want to watch the newer movies.
And
Wonka, I heard is good.
Oh yes, everyone's saying Wonka's good.
And I definitely want to see Mean Girls, but I know you're not gonna want to watch that.
But it's a
musical. On
screen or actual on stage?
No, it's on screen. Well, no, it was on stage first, but now they made it as a movie. It's made for TV though, so I guess they're just showing it. I don't know if they're showing it for a limited time in theaters or...
Is it going to be like watching the fucking, the Taylor Swift thing?
No, that was like a boring concert. No, this is actually like a movie, but with music, like High School Musical.
Okay.
But, I don't know why they were promoting it as Mean Girls 2. They weren't promoting it as Mean Girls the Musical. Because if you think Mean Girls 2, you're thinking it's a sequel.
Yeah.
Like, I was even thinking the musical version's like a different version of the story, but it's the same characters and everything.
Just musical version.
Yeah, it's not Mean Girls 2.
Oh yeah,
Isn't that weird?
I don't know if I want to watch that, but I'd be down, I guess.
I'll watch it. You could try.
You have to watch another movie of mine. You know what? Here's something funny. I was on stream on Kick the other night, and No Name was in the chat, and he was like, "Hey man, do you have any movie recommendations for me?" And I was like, "Bro, you should check out Enter the Void." The next day, I hop on stream, right? Also for a late night Kick stream. No Name joins the stream. He donates.
I'm excited to hear his thoughts.
And he says, "Bro, what kind of movie did you recommend to me?" He's like, "It was hours of just pornography or like sex." And he's like, I forgot what he said, but he basically said like, he's like, "Bro, it's just hours of just sex and shit." He's like, "What kind of movies you watch?"
My point exactly, yo. It's like always like I'm not opposed. I've like obviously seen hella movies with sex scenes in it. Like it's always just like super fast. Kind of like innuendo sometime or like not really crazy. Yuri watches these movies where it's just like full on like.
No, that's what I hate.
Effing.
That's what I hate. Like about like
titties out.
Riley really
ass bent.
this is like some deep cut argument we have sometimes where Riley portrays me as this horny ass dude.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
I know. I just think it's funny because every time Yuri's like, oh, I gotta show you this really good movie, I'm just, every time it's like some crazy ass
Guess what?
shit.
There's literally analytical videos about movies, how every movie has a fucking sex scene or a love scene of some sort
Horny
because
critter.
it adds to the fucking thing. You know what I mean? Like it adds to the views
No,
and
I
shit.
get that.
It's not my fault. I'm not asking for this. I told Riley like, oh, let's watch Moscow on the Hudson. There's a sex scene there. She's like, of course you want to watch this. There's titties. I'm like, bro, I'm not. This is not the 80s. It's not the 90s. I'm not like one of those dudes going like, bro, fucking 32 minutes and 60 seconds in at this, and 50 seconds in at this part, you can see a nipple, bro. Like, I'm not that guy. I can go on Pornhub to see a nipple if I want. Like, I'm not watching a movie with you to see titties.
I know, but
I'm
it's funny that No Name
story.
said that too. It's
I don't
funny,
know, dude, but it was
for the story. No, Euphoria was like that. Euphoria was like crazy. Like it was just all straight sex scenes, and I was just like watching it with my aunt when I was living in San Diego, and I was like, this is uncomfortable. I can't do this.
What?
Yes. What the fuck?
I'm joking.
Oh my god.
I left like an indent on the couch. I felt
yeah,
it was
like it was awkward. Definitely.
Anyways, but I was telling No Name the next movie you should watch is Moscow on the Hudson.
That was a cute movie.
Right? It's a good movie. It was
like really feel good movie.
It's like it's a movie about the Russian immigrant experience of a dude who like came here from Russia, defected from like a tour, and then just has to grow his life in Russia. And it's so sick, and it's all in New York, right? And right now I'm not sure if you guys have been keeping up with this, but there's a dude on YouTube named Jordan something. He makes videos in New York, and he makes videos about the city and shit like that. And he makes videos about right now he's making a lot of videos about the immigrants coming in. Apparently New York right now, it's wintertime, it's freezing, but they've got 170,000 immigrants coming in or already there with no housing. So New York's trying to deal with the situation of like, how are we going to help these 170,000 people? And after I was watching Jordan's videos about the immigrant situation, I was like thinking about that movie. I'm like, damn, bruh, you can't do what he did back in the day. Obviously, it's a movie, you know what I mean? But it's based off a true story. A lot of people did that type of stuff. But even back in the day,
your mom would do that.
Going to New York, it was probably difficult, you know what I mean? But imagine now as an immigrant, it's probably impossible.
Yeah, that is so sad.
There's billionaires row, like you're not gonna survive.
Because I think about your family and like, I don't know, my family all kind of came together, like. My grandma and her sisters, like they all came, and her brother came out together, and they all live in the same area, thankfully.
Mm-hmm.
But we still have like some family in Mexico, but most of them are still out there, are still in the Bay, you know.
Mm-hmm.
But your family like literally just had each other and you guys. So
I know. My mom told me
like that's so sad and like it's so hard.
No, we had my uncle.
Oh yeah, your uncle.
That was the only person.
But did he move back?
No. He lived out here, and then he divorced, and then he moved away.
Oh, okay.
Now he travels basically. But no, our uncle is here, and he was like the one dude who helped us where do certain things. But my mom told me when we first came out here, she told me that the first like couple months we lived out here, she's like we survived off your food stamps. She's like, no one could get food stamps. Like me and your dad couldn't get it. Lane and Lily couldn't get it. She's like,
that's crazy.
Because you were a baby, you were 2 years old. Like they gave you food stamps immediately. And she's like, we literally survived off your food stamps for like the first 2-3 months until we were all able to get like food stamps for the whole family. I was like, damn, that's insane. Or like it's not even food stamps, but like some sort of rations.
I'm sure it's not an easy transition. They don't give you what you need when you first get here, you know.
No, my mom said it was fire. She said that we didn't have a car.
You had the apartment though.
Yeah.
Which was like.
But we didn't have a car at the time. But she said that, like from where my parents live in West Hollywood, she said she had to walk to, I forgot what streets. It's like past Western and Santa Monica somewhere. She had to walk all the way there, and then she said like they would get hooked up with like cereal boxes and like milk and shit, and they were like good for like a week or two. But she would have to like walk there and then walk everything back.
Yeah.
At the time.
That's crazy.
But hold on. What were we talking about before that? Before we got to all the immigrant shit.
The movie?
Oh, the movies. We should watch another movie and do a movie review.
I'm down.
What, Wonka?
Or Saltburn. It's like the other like poppin' movie right now.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Remember I tried to watch The Funky Forest with you?
Yeah, bruh. That was like the weirdest movie. I think we talked about it though.
Yeah. Well,
it was like...
You made it like 10 minutes.
I couldn't do it.
10, 15 minutes. It's one of those movies that you have to be bored to watch it.
Or like off shrooms.
It won. What's it called? The Sunfest. Sundance film festival. It won like one of the years, like as for best film. So that's why I chose to watch it. It's called The Funky Forest First Contact. It's also 3 hours long. It is nonsensical. I try to show it to Riley, and she's like, "What the fuck am I watching?" In like 10-15 minutes, she's like, "Babe, I can't watch this." And we just gave up on it.
Yeah, it was too much.
I remember a long time ago, my sister Elena, she took me to a Christmas movie, and it was like a family Christmas movie. I think Chris Brown was in it.
Oh, this Christmas?
I think maybe it was that. Mm-hmm. And we went there, we watched it, and we got like halfway through it, and we're like, this movie stinks.
You hated it?
And we left. We didn't even finish the movie.
My family loved that
really?
movie. They loved...
It was a long time ago, right?
Yes.
Okay, it was probably...
They loved the music. Oh, yeah.
We got like halfway through it, and my sister was like, "You're not fuck with this either?" And I'm like, "Nah." She's like, "Yeah, let's get out of here."
Funny. Yeah, no.
All right.
I haven't seen it in so long though. I don't really remember, but I do like the music.
I feel like one thing, I don't know, why is this such a big topic all across? Like, people hate to hear it, hate to see it, but they still want to hear about it.
What?
The Krishan Rock shit.
This morning I woke up and I saw that, and I was just like, I'm done. Like, this is so stupid at this point.
I saw 2 posts saying it's fake.
I saw that too, but I think it's not fake. First, I don't think it's fake because it's something she would really do. I think she got it done, and like now she's posting it because it's healed and stuff.
No, she just posted like 2-3 days ago a photo of her with the moving truck and her new man like holding a couch, and she's like, moving into my man's house. So she just moved into her new boyfriend's house and got a Blueface tattoo on her face. That doesn't make sense at all. And that's why we're talking about it.
Exactly.
It's like,
it's just what they want. I know. I was just like, I'm so done.
It's crazy because people always like will show like photos of...
I hope it's fake, first of all. But if it's real, like, that is so crazy.
I think people really just like aren't educated enough to know that like it's not just laser tattoo removal. It's not just, what I was thinking. It's not just gonna disappear.
It still leaves like a scar, and it's not
even a scar, but like depending on how the tattoo is done,
it's like faded.
If the tattoo artist went hella deep, like you're going to have like little shading still left over or something like that. Yeah, it doesn't
look permanently like your normal skin again.
It's crazy.
And on your face, like.
I don't know. Hurts. But also, so many people get face tats. It's like, what do we care?
Well, no, she already has a couple. But...
Yeah, exactly. What do we care? Like,
it's
what other
portrait.
People do with their face?
Well, no, I don't. Yeah,
she apparently has. That's her 4th one. She has 1, 2, 3.
She covered up.
Oh my god.
That shit.
Jeez, Louise,
she just covered it up.
I'm really wondering, like, with how crazy it seems like their life is. Like, I really wonder about how she handle her finances. Like, is she like, you know?
She said she used to give all her money to Blueface. Like, and then recently, like when he wasn't fucking with her. But honestly, I bet you they were fucking with each other the whole time. I doubt they. Did
you see that one video where like it was a while ago where she was like pooping with all of her diamond chains on. She had all of her chains on, all of her jewelry or whatever. And fucking she was on stream on her phone while pooping, and then Blueface pulls up and she's like, what? Wipes really quick, doesn't wash her hands, picks up the phone.
Why was this on camera?
Picks up the phone and then fucking like goes like, what's going on? Oh hell no, blah blah. And I'm like, bro, come on, dude. Wash your hands.
I think it's just a troll. No, is this all a troll?
Oh my god. And that's where you're like, I don't know, man.
I don't believe anything anymore. People just be lying all day.
Look at the Jersey Shore shit. That show's all real.
Yeah, see, that's the thing, like, about the reality shows. They give you a setup situation, but it's like kind of.
No, they were just all drunk.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. They give them
that was the best.
Endless alcohol and see what the fuck happens. You see, we need crazy personalities.
We need more of that. Like, we just need more, like, just drunk people together.
They stopped giving people alcohol.
I know, that's the issue.
They limited it.
That's why shows.
Because people got crazy.
That's why shows suck now.
But it was so entertaining when it was like that. It was funny.
Okay, getting back to the reality thing. We talked about this a while ago. There was some show titled like Date My Mom. Remember? Mm-hmm. Like, and it was like
that
about
was on like I think it was on MTV.
It was like about moms looking for younger men and younger dudes looking for cougars. And big surprise.
Oh that wasn't Date My Mom. That was MILF Manor.
MILF Manor, and it was like a big surprise, I guess, to everyone that the sons are dating the other dude's moms. It was like they're all mixing shit like that. And one of the episodes we watched, I guess, one of the moms admitted to fucking her son's best friend. Or multiple,
it was like they all had to
friends.
confess like their dirty secrets.
And then like that kid who's like, he was the son and shit, he like found out. He was like, well, you fucked my friend. And then that night he like got hella lit, and he was like skinny dipping in the pool, and like the fucking camera dude's like filming him, and the dude's like talking to the camera dude like, damn bruh, my mom really fucked my friend, I can't believe it, glug 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 glug. And he's just like getting drunk in the pool naked. I'm like, this is crazy, this has to be scripted.
No, that looked real as fuck.
Yeah, he looked depressed.
TLC shows are crazy like that though. They don't give a fuck.
How does that heal you, like to be naked in the pool drinking? Like, how does that heal the situation?
I think he thought the alcohol was gonna heal him, and then the alcohol made him get nude.
Oh shit! I feel like you just have to do something insane. You hear something like that, you're like, I have to do something crazy too. Fuck it. Either way,
he was just like, I'm crashing out.
Is it real or not? The tattoo, it's fake.
I think it's real, but also I'm not gonna be surprised if it's fake. Also, I thought her pregnancy was fake.
Oh.
I thought she was faking her pregnancy.
And now there's a baby.
No, there's a baby.
The baby's like one damn near at this point. But
no, it was born when we were in London.
Oh really?
Mm-hmm.
Damn.
That's how I'll always remember.
Anyways, all right, guys. I think we damn near covered everything here.
Yeah, that was a good show.
Whatchamacallit, I'm planning on going to fucking Austin, Texas soon at some point. Also, I was telling the chat the other night that for the next $1 minute stream, I think. Oh shit! I think for the next $1 minute stream, it would make sense where. At first, I was thinking like going cross country hella, but what if we did a thing where it was across the whole, just the U.S. and maybe Mexico and Canada included, but it's like we do the subathon / $1 minute, with the 30-day cap, and when we hit certain days, we're going to this state and then this state and then this state and then this state, And
we have to kind of plan it,
make sure every location is like maybe like a 5-hour drive max from the last location, so there's not a lot of driving, because driving to SF wasn't that big of a deal. You still get to like do stuff in SF.
Oh yeah,
driving
no, exactly.
That's like a 6-hour
that's the baddies. Drive. They do their tours, Baddies East, like they go all up like across the East Coast or whatever.
But they don't use an RV. They use one of those like Sprinter vans, right?
Yeah, they have the Sprinter.
Doesn't that make more sense just to use a Sprinter van? It's like, yeah, we have the RV but has the benefit.
We would have to you should get a driver.
Nah,
right?
One of us has to be the driver.
Well, we could bring somebody who's a driver. Who's down for the drive.
Imagine hiring a driver for 30 days.
Does it have to be 30 days?
It could. Who knows how long it can go for?
Well, it's going to go 30 days.
You don't know that. Like, it could. But I'm just saying, like, you'd have to hire a driver and tell him, like, bro, put a month aside, maybe? I don't know. It could go 10 days. It could go 15. It could go 30. I don't know. Like, that's a hard thing to choose. The driver would have to be one of us.
The Sprinter is crazy.
But also, it would be interesting if, I don't know, we stay, I don't know, we find, like, really interesting places to stay, like cheapest room possible.
We're going to end up in the pods again.
Like a cockroach motel.
No.
You know what we should bring with us is a black light. For any place we stay at.
Room raiders.
Yeah. Yes, exactly. Someone was telling me on stream the other day to do that, to go to hotels and bring a black light.
Oh, I thought you were going to say room raider stream and pull up on the homies.
And raid their room?
That would be crazy. Do the whole thing where you put them in the van and like you're showing them the stream while they're in the van.
Oh my God. On stream? Who would agree to that?
Yeah, you should tell people like in advance, like I'm going to do this.
No, then they're going to clean their crib. It would have to be a thing where it's like it has to be not clean.
You should say I'm going to do this event like one day, like one of these days, but you're not going to know when.
They have to be
just so they know, like they can know,
and they have to be drunk or really high so they forget. They have to be like
so
they have to be like really drunk, and they're like, ugh, and I'm like, yo, dude, we want to do Room Raider stream one day? Yeah, I'd be down. And then they knock out, they don't remember, and then boom, we hit him a week later.
Have it in writing. Sign this.
Oh God, what if we catch someone in the like mid jerk?
That's weird.
Imagine
knock first.
Room raiding Blasey. They're just fucking leather pants and boots all everywhere. He's like, oh, I didn't have a chance to clean, dude. What the fuck?
Just leather everywhere.
I've been to Blasie's place, but I haven't been to like his room or anything like that. I've only been to his living room, so I don't even know what it looks like in there. He said he keeps a cum sock by his head.
That's disgusting.
He said that on stream. He said he keeps a cum sock by his head, so that like in the chance that he needs to like cum, he can quickly grab the sock.
That's disgusting. Okay.
We come across the cum sock. All right, yo. Either
that
way,
has been 10 talks.
Guys, we're gonna wrap up the pod here. We're gonna schedule. I'm gonna wrap up the pod, and I'm gonna schedule the after show for like 5-10 minutes. We'll do maybe like a 30-minute after show where we get to actually talk to the chat, react to you guys, talk about the pod and shit. And then later tonight, maybe like around 11, I'm going to do a late night kick stream and finally get back into GTA 4. Because I've been slacking the past couple days.
Let's
but
go.
Either way, yo, thank you guys so much for joining. If you guys can, please drop a like before you guys dip. It really helps grow the channel. Easy, free way to support as well if you guys fuck with us.
Drop a comment, subscribe if you haven't already.
Saying anything you want. Also, drop a sub if you guys haven't already. Please drop a sub. And also, shout out to everyone who's already dropped a sub. We're like almost at 2K subs here. Riley's at like almost at 3K subs on her channel.
Yeah, let's go.
Riley's gonna be streaming tomorrow as well. Probably while I'm sleeping. Right?
Yeah, probably.
Okay.
You'll
Either way,
be schlepp.
shout out to everyone. We'll see you guys for the after show potentially. Everyone have a good rest of your weekend. Have a good rest of your Sunday actually. And actually have a good start to your week. But either way, hopefully we'll see you guys for the after show. Peace, guys.
Peace.
Thank you for joining. Oh wait, hold on. We have to do the
outro.
The outro. I keep messing it up with no music, guys. So this time we're going to have music. All right. Hold on. Where's the song? All right. Peace, everyone. Thank you guys for joining. Like, comment, subscribe. Peace, guys.
Better hurry, spark it up with no worries. Harmonious gang with the big bro Yuriy, hyphy. Get lit just like me, big bossed up, chop it up with Riley. You better come with it and kick rocks, cause you now tuned in to 10 talks. Now let's get lifted and take a shot, you are now tuned in.